My name's John, this is the November Hobby Roundup, and you're watching War Games Models and Other Hobbies. Hello and welcome to another video. Before I go through the things that I've been working on over the last month, I'd like to have a quick chat about the channel in general and moving forward. Over the last few months I've been running a little experiment using AI to create a suggestion list of videos for me to produce. I'll leave a link in the description so anyone who hasn't seen any of those can have a look at the playlist, see if there's anything they like. I want to produce a lot more content for this channel, and this experiment over the last few months has given me a lot of ideas of what I want to produce, which going into 2024 it's something I'm going to strive to do to create a lot more varied content. One thing that I will be doing over December, I am going to take a bit of a break from releasing content, so this is going to be the last video for the next couple of weeks, so stay tuned for the December Hobby Roundup for updates of what I've been working on over December as well as what's coming in the future. But I would like to say to those people who watch my videos, I know I don't get many views, but I'd like to thank you very much for taking the time out, watching the content that I've produced. I do it for a bit of fun, it's part of my hobby, and it does make me happy to see people enjoying the stuff that I produce. I'd also like to thank all of my new followers over the last few months. I've gained quite a few and I really appreciate it. So over the next few weeks, if you want to have a look back at any of the content that I've created over the last few months or years, please do. If you have any suggestions of things you'd like me to make, please drop a comment. I'm really open to suggestions. If you've got any questions about any of my projects, likewise, drop a comment and I'll do my best to answer them. So let's have a look at the things I've been working on this month. To start with, a bit of Age of Sigmar. We have here a Bladegeist Revenant. I think this was a 500th store commemorative model, this one. But I really enjoyed painting it. It was quite an experiment for me. Did produce some videos on painting the actual character and a video on the base itself. So if you want to watch those, check it out on the channel. But I really did enjoy the experimentation using the different paints to create this ghostly effect. I wanted it to look like it was going from kind of like a spectral form into a more physical form, which is why I've got the kind of the green colour going into the darker colour around the head and the shoulders and the chains appearing and that kind of thing. But yeah, I really liked painting this one up. I'll put some photos on the screen so you can have a look at a bit more detail of that. I played around with some photography settings as I took some pictures of this, so I'll give you a bit of a chance to have a look at those. So after this, I moved away from Games Workshop for a little bit and had a bit of a palette cleanser. There's a company called Riverhorse who produce a variety of different board games, and I've bought the Labyrinth board game that they produce and some of the expansions. One of the expansions I really liked the look of was the Goblins of the Labyrinth, and that had 5 characters from the set. So we've got things like the artillery piece that I really want to paint up soon, as well as 2 of the other goblins and one of the knights as well. So I'm going to be painting all of those up, but I have already painted one of them, being the goblin infantryman with the little spear with the snappy little monster on the end of it. Really enjoyed painting the metallics on this one and playing around with different techniques, and I'm really looking forward to painting the rest of the models from the set, from both the expansion and the main board game. But yeah, something nice and different, these ones, from the Games Workshop models that I normally do. But I'm looking forward to doing more of those. So after those, I've started making a new gang for Necromunda. So for the Ash Wastes, I'm creating a new Enforcer gang. So I have an Automata here that I'm still working out the weapons. I'm kind of thinking I'm going to go for the man catcher because I quite like the idea of that, stomping around the wastes with a man catcher, and I think this is the concussion gun. I've got to get another box set of the Enforcers to create all of the gangers on foot, but I've got the old Forge World Taros Venator that I'm going to convert for this gang. In a recent book that was released, there are rules for this, and also there is going to be a plastic version of this, which I want to get as well. So I'm going to want to have 2 Venators with this gang. But I've got a few things that I want to play around with this. I do have some heavy stubbers that I want to convert and fit onto the turret of this, as well as a few other details to go with it. But that's an ongoing project that will carry on over the next month and into the new year. So with the release of Legions Imperialis, the new epic scale game, I decided to get around to making my Warlord Titan that I've had for quite a while. Now I've got to the stage where I've primed the main body. It's not glued together or anything, and I have actually magnetised the weapons that come with it, so I can change these options if I want. You will notice as well this Titan has no armour, because for an experiment I've actually primed all of the armour on the sprue, and I'm going to remove it off to then paint it and so on. So I'm really looking forward to painting this up. I'm not too sure what Legion I want to do. I am tempted to do a Black Shield Legion for my Titans. So for those who don't know, the Black Shield Legions were legions that didn't side with the Emperor or Horus in the Horus Heresy, so it could add for some interesting gameplay. So that's something that I'll be working on over the next few weeks. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. I haven't worked on that much this month, but I have enjoyed those little things that I've started, the few things that I've finished. I'd like to thank again everyone who started following the channel and everyone who's been watching the content that I've produced. If you want to catch up on any of the videos that I've made over the last few months, I'll leave a link in the description. But for now, just like to say, have a happy holiday season. My name's John, and you've been watching War Games, Models, and Other Hobbies.